In the last video we created a free repeatserver.com account and linked it into Repeat Signage. In this video I'm going to show you how you can actually use that to do remote updating within your presentations. We're going to start by creating an RSS newsfeed. Now for those of you that are not familiar with RSS newsfeeds, basically it's a list of all the new things that's happening within an organisation. So in our case we've actually got a screen in our reception area, and one of the things on that screen is a ticker along the bottom which shows you our latest news. So what we'll do for a start is we'll create an RSS newsfeed, and I'll show you how to actually have that into a presentation. And one of the great features about this is because it's hosted at repeatserver.com, i.e. on the internet, I can then remotely update this from anywhere in the world, and the newsfeed will then change on whatever presentations it's running. So the reception area computer here and the presentation that's running, when I make the change to the newsfeed, it will automatically change it on the running presentation. So what I'm doing is create a new newsfeed. So I'm going to go to RSS feeds, RSS feed maintenance, and what this does is it automatically logs you into repeatserver.com. You could do this separately just by using your browser. So I'm going to click on Add New RSS Feed. Now I can't quite see what's going on here simply because I've got this set up in a really low resolution to record the videos to the internet. So I'm just going to move down to zoom, and I'm just going to change the zoom to 75% so I can actually fit everything into one place. Now what's the name of my news feed? I'm just going to put reception computer, and I'm just going to change that to reception. Repeat Software Limited news for the reception, and I'm going to leave it at that. Now news items. So for my first news item I'm going to put Joe Blogs has arrived, and for the summary I'm going to put Joe Blogs started Repeat software today, and I'm going to click on add, and I'm just going to add a second news item, and then we'll move forward. So add item, I'm just going to call this Repeat Signage 2014 has been launched. Today we saw a new version of Repeat Signage, and I'm going to leave it at that. So we add that. So we've got two news items here. This general tab just gives you basic information, including the file name of your RSS feed. And then the news items, we just got two. So all I'm going to do now is click on save, and this is the address of our news feed. So you can actually use this on your website as well if you wanted to. So repeatserver.com users, that's our user, and reception. And if I actually click this file, it opens up in my browser, and this is just an industry standard RSS feed. So these are our news items. I'm going to close that down. Okay, now what we're going to need to do, when you create a brand new one, it automatically publishes for you. But generally, if you go in and you change news items or add new ones or delete existing ones, you have to publish it afterwards, which just means that you could actually get somebody else to actually go in and make changes for you, and then you could do a final review before publishing it. So I'm just going to click on publish, and it says success, published to this address. Okay, now I'm just going to this down. Now when I close that screen down, it automatically does a refresh, so now we can actually see within Repeat Signage that we've actually got this second news feed. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to presentations, and I'm going to create a brand new presentation, and it's for my current screen. Again, we're working at 800 by 600 pixels, which is incredibly low, so everything looks a bit bigger at the moment. And click on create. and this is the designer. So I want to click on Insert, Flash RSS Reader, and I've got various choices of where I collect this newsfeed from. Now in this case I'm going to click on Repeat Server. I'm going to select the second one, Reception, and this time I'm going to choose an RSS scroller 2. So it will appear something like this. And click on OK. Now I'm just going to move this to the bottom of the screen and resize this. Size, screen width. Now, one of the options is how frequently Repeat Signage actually checks to see whether the RSS feed has changed or not. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click the control to open up the properties, and we're going to go to the refresh tab. Now, every 15 minutes is absolutely fine generally. Now, just to do this demonstration, I'm just going to change it to every 10 seconds. And click on OK. So that's our newsfeed. So we're just going to save this. So I'm going to click on File and Save. And click Reception Presentation. Okay. And File and Exit. Now I'm going to play this presentation. Now normally when you play a presentation it appears full screen and you can't alt and tab away from it, but I've just changed one of the settings under settings on the player tab so that it doesn't do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my presentation and I'm going to select Reception Presentation. And there we go. So in this big white area here, I would normally have other things running, but in this case we're just demonstrating the RSS feed, so you can see that running. Now I'm going to Alt and Tab, which is not letting me do. So let's go to Settings, Player, take the tick out, keep Player on top of other applications, which is what I should have done in the first place. And let's just do that again, Play Presentation. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch back to Repeat Signage, and I'm going to go back to my repeatserver.com tab, and I'm going to double click this reception and it will automatically open up the website on the right page, and these are our news items. Now if I Alt Tab again, you can see the presentation is still playing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a couple of these. I'm just going to changed at the end. And update. Same on this one. And update. And save. And remember we mentioned before about publishing afterwards. So the current date and time on this is 12:25. When I publish, it's gone to 12:30. Okay, so that's done. Now, if I just Alt and Tab back to the presentation itself, and you can see the original one's playing, and now it's just noticed the change. So while the presentation is actually playing, it's picked up the automatic new update, because what we did is we set it to monitor the website to actually look for a new version of the RSS feed every 10 seconds. And that's the end of this demonstration.